Hi, I'm Tracey Rediker from TraceyKnits.com. I am going to teach you today how to knit. Yay! If you've seen my other video, you have already learned how to cast on, and you've already picked up the free pattern that goes along with this tutorial on my blog. It is for a pair of fingerless gloves, a project I feel is very easy and a great first project because it works really fast. It's something you will wear immediately if it's cold outside, and they're really cute. So let's get started with those 2 needles, that first row that you cast on with the other video, and your yarn. Now that we have cast on our yarn, we are ready to get started knitting. As you can see, we still have our yarn, cast on 30 stitches, and we have our loose needle ready to go. So let's get started. First thing you're going to do is slip the point of the needle into the front loop. Now you want to make sure, as you can see, that it goes through just the front loop, and you make an X. I always hold both needles with one hand and throw the yarn around. There's many different methods. This happens to be the first one a lot of people learn. Now you're going to take the yarn. Make sure you take the yarn that's attached to the ball of yarn. A lot of people make the mistake of taking the little tiny bit of the end and they gotta pull the whole thing out again. Nice long piece of yarn, you could do the whole project. Okay, take it, you're going to go behind, in between the 2 sticks. See how it's in between the 2 sticks? And I'm going to hold it this way just to show you. You're going to pull this back stick out, calling it a stick, but it's a knitting needle. And as you're pulling it out, it's going to, watch again, slip under. Even I have trouble sometimes. Slip under, and then you're going to slide it off. Now look how big that hole is. You can tighten it up if you want. It'll tighten up automatically when you make the next stitch. Okay, we're going to do the same thing again. Slip it into the front. You can see that's going through. Around the back, in between the 2 needles, pull this through, whoop, there you go, and slip it off. Now, you have to be careful. Don't knit on the tips of your needles, and don't pull it too tight. The reason is, you will never be able to finish your project like that. It will just get way too tight. You'll get frustrated from being too tight. You want to keep it on the biggest part of the needles, which is down further. Okay, one more time. In through the front, in between, slip it off while grabbing that little piece of yarn, and then pulling the one off. So you got 3 needles, stitches on that first stick. There you go. And we got a lot more to do. If you're using my pattern, there's a total of 30 stitches in every row. If you are not sure you did it right, the easiest way to make sure that you dropped all your stitches and all that good stuff is to count them when you are done with the row. If you have 29, 28, that means that you dropped stitches. Don't worry. You can pick them up. I say the easiest thing to do when you're just learning is to just make another stitch. But if you have too many, knit 2 together. Another trick you can learn in the future. But in the meanwhile, it's a good idea to practice casting on, knitting the first row, all that good stuff. So let's see it one more time before you get to work. Around. And off. Fabulous. You can get the pattern for this and see more of my work at TraceyKnits.com. see you for the cast off.
She's crafty, and she's just my type.
She's crafty.